you don't do you not know what I'm gonna do?
A thing?
Yes, I'm gonna do a thing. Do you not know what that thing is? The one thing I've been kicking around an idea to do, like, forever?
Oh no, you're gonna fuck Nancy Pelosi.
Yes. Fuck, dude. How did you okay, listen. I said I was gonna do it. And I haven't had the courage to do it yet. But it's I don't know how much time I've got left on this stupid, miserable rock, right? I may as well go for it.
That reminds me, it's been ages since I've had a gummy blowjob from an old wino.
Right?
It's great when a Sheila can take her teeth out.
Oh, it's even better when you can smack her in the back of the head and she spits them out for you.
Yeah.
Talk about to spit on that thing.
Yeah, the only reason why they do take them out is because they tend to get caught up in your pubes, and when you pull out, they come with
Yeah, there you go.
it.
Farty knows that from experience.
Why do they have to make the gaps between the teeth? It just makes them harder to clean. The spoof out of.
No. That's just the Australian. That's just the Australian ones because they want to get them as close to the rest of the Commonwealth as possible.
Well,
No one feels left out.
That explains Sarah Hanson young and a drunk gap between the two front teeth.
You should have just asked me. I would have been able to tell you right off the fucking bat. Oh man, I'm trying to find a fucking file that I wasn't able. I can't find it, Farty. I can't fucking find it.
It's behind you, behind you.
No, it's in front of me, somewhere on my fucking desktop.
That's the old pantomime thing, right? Behind you, behind you. Where?
Yes, Farty.
Behind you, behind you. Knock it off, kid.
Yes, kid. Knock it off. Knock it off before I knock it off for you, you little shit. Oh man, dude. These shows go so much easier when I'm not fucking half asleep. That half-hour stream last night was just enough to get everyone hard before I passed out. So how was your day afterwards, Farty?
Oh, well, spoke to two staff up the server, and they got no idea about any complaints and shit, no problem with me and all that kind of stuff. So fucking next time I see this manager cunt, I'm gonna fucking say, hey, you're not just a fucking idiot, you're full of shit too.
Yeah.
Thinking since they're treating me like I'm a fucking employee, I might as well ring Ampol's HR department and tell them my side of the fucking story. And then say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a fucking customer that's being discriminated against. If you don't want me to sue the piss out of you, I suggest you sack the fucking pair of them.
So I don't know. I've been doing some research lately just because I like doing research on shit. And one of the things I'm reading right now is the 3D Gun Builder website. Oh, there we go. Getting kicked off of fucking YouTube right away. But no, I'm reading this thing, and they're going through a list of the shit you should probably have if you want to 3D print a firearm, right? And they're like, well, you're not really 3D printing the entire firearm. It's like basically the grip is what you're printing. You're not really even printing the lower receiver. You're printing the thing the lower receiver sits in and the upper receiver fits on top of, and all these other things. And one of the things that they're recommending for your shopping list if you're going to buy a 3D printer is some hairspray. And I'm like, no, the 3D printing community has moved away from hairspray a long time ago. Why? Because PEI and PEI is has been great. It's you know what PEI is, right?
Yeah, it's full.
Yeah. It's the same shit they use in some firearm manufacturers use them as use PEI in the entire like build of the grip. I don't know if they like
That's that really shitty low grade fucking stuff that usually comes out with lots of swirls when it's injection printed in it.
right, yeah, when it's injection
Injection
molded.
molded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like then
Mhm.
most of the guns, it's the same thing with the 3D printing things. It's basically, to the best of my knowledge, you need to have a barrel, so you need a metal insert for the barrel, and then there's
Right.
a metal firing pin at least, and then some other high shock parts, unless you got like a striker fire and a spring or a fucking hammer. Those have got to
Right.
be sort of metal parts as well to take that kind of a shock. And effectively, like a lot of bullpup rifles that come out are effectively like this standard barrel trigger mechanism kind of thing, and they just put this fucking bloody PEI shell over the top of it, and
Yeah.
that's all it is.
So the PEI it's a really great material. It just looks and feels like crap.
Mm.
But
Like what toys are made out of. Some of
yeah,
them.
some of like the really cheap Chinese toys, yeah.
Yeah.
Like those really cheap bullshit toys you get from the dollar store for like toddlers, yeah.
Yeah.
They got like sharp edges and everything. You could just walk into a fucking school and start cutting people down with them with a katana of glued together fucking PEI toys because they don't cut the flashing. But yeah, so PEI has like basically even undercut glue stick for 3D printing. And I'm like, this is really interesting. Um, because even one of the 3D printers they recommended, which is like, let's see how much was, let's see which one they recommended. They're recommending the Prusa Mark III S Plus, and even that has a PEI build plate on it. Oh, it's out of
Just for
stock
the
right
record,
now.
there's nothing wrong with PEI. Like, there's a lot of
No,
applications that,
right.
it's a hard wearing, cheap shit fucking thing. It just looks really cheap.
Yeah, and it feels really cheap.
Yeah.
So, so its application in 3D printing is like a fucking godsend. Because you can just get a PEI coated build plate now and slap it on there. Um, but I have more than a few PEI build plates as upgrades on my printers, and I'm like, I still use glue stick to like help the PEI, um, not as like a um as a like super cure all type deal, but like sometimes your parts still peel. And this is the biggest thing when 3D printing anything that you need to look out for is sometimes the edges of your print curl. And that's because of the shrinking that happens from layer to layer. So you picture it uh you're squeezing out a layer of hot glue, right,
Mm.
on a sheet of like wax paper or parchment paper, right? You squeeze out a big bead of it like really super quick, and you'll know. I'm pretty sure you know what happens, Farty. Why don't you explain what happens?
Well, effectively, what's happening with the plastic is it comes down in, like, for want of a better term, a slight strip. Now, the top
Hmm.
layer is exposed to the air, and that cools down a lot faster than the bottom layer, which is insulated and still a bit
Yep.
warmer than Watsy. So that tends to shrink the top faster than it does the bottom, which makes the edges curl like a bit of bacon.
Yep. And then when you're using the parchment paper um analog or analogy, what happens to the parchment paper is it's stuck to that hot glue and it curls with the glue that
Mm.
you've just shot down. And even hot glue is a type of thermoplastic.
Yeah.
So
It's all got to do with the surface area and the temp and the speed of the cooling.
yeah. So hairspray is way overkill. That's the whole point of my tirade here is that hairspray is way overkill. I can see why you might want it for reasons of uh what's the word I'm looking for reasons of like
Ease of
making
use and
sure.
expediency.
What's that?
Ease of use and expediency.
Well, yes, but the reason why we moved away in, why 3D printing enthusiasts moved away from hairspray was because some people didn't know when enough is enough. And so they'd be fumigating their entire, like, say, workspace or bedroom or something. And they'll go to turn on the printer, and all of the fucking fumes are now like hanging out in every square inch of the room. And that every square inch includes down by the circuit boards and where the electronics are. And all it takes is one good spark and fireball. And that's why
Yeah,
we moved away. That's the biggest reason we collectively moved away as 3D printing enthusiasts from hairspray.
just wondering if they're fumigating themselves. Maybe they're just trying to just do chroming, but without the stigma of fucking huffing into a paper, a plastic bag. I accidentally made myself stoned by using too much hairspray. Accidentally.
Yeah. But there was a news story that the fucking media tried to fearmonger a while back, and I think we talked about it a while ago when it happened. Um, that there was some kid who had just like who got a summer job. He was like 14, 15, and he was like mowing lawns or whatever, and he used like his first few paychecks to get a 3D printer. And he put it together, and he was printing with stuff. And next thing you know, his whole bedroom is up in flames because he used way too much fucking hairspray.
Hmm. I don't recall
Hmm.
it, but yeah, well, that's one thing that can happen.
It is, and like you said, the fucking huffing could have been a thing, and then they just blamed the 3D printer for it because let's fearmonger everything. And then you got fucking asshats like the fucking governor of New York right now, who's trying to have who tried to at one point have uh 3D printing manufacturers um put some sort of AI thing into their slicers so that if someone tried to 3D print a gun, it would stop them.
Of course, that wouldn't be fucking hacked in a nanosecond.
Oh no. Yeah, the thing about slicers, about 3D printing software, they're called slicers because they slice the object into layers that are basically just um plotting for the machine. It
Mm.
tells it how to go on the X and Y axis, and then it tells it how to go on the Z axis. And it just does that repeatedly until the whole file is, you know, reverse troned is what I like to call it.
MRI.
No, it's closer to Tron.
Well, MRI does in slices.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Well, I guess the new ones now do turn it into a model, so you can export it to a 3D printer for figuring shit out because they've been doing that a lot lately. But
Oh, that's how you look at it. You go through the brain in slices. Like it's not some 3D world that you can sort of navigate around.
right,
You get a slice, and that's what you got to look at that. And if you want to look deep, you got to look at the next slice. Um,
right. Um, I just mean in terms of like how the object is created. It's like closer to Tron. How it like the laser zapped the guy and it like converted all of his stuff into ones and zeros, and then it like line by line like
And how
uh
bullshit was that back in
decoded
the
him.
fucking 1980s, right?
Oh,
In
I
the
know.
1990s, it took 2 fucking hours to line by line a simple fucking picture of a naked Sheila, as if that computer was going to zap an entire fucking 3D object like a human in like that fucking quick. Bull fucking shit. God, I hate 80s movies with computers. Made them
you
out to
know
do like they could do anything.
you know what's even worse is like the 5 megabytes or the
Kilobytes.
25 megabytes. No, megabytes of RAM that it was 25 megabytes of RAM that Johnny Five had.
Oh, fuck off.
Like, yeah, we're supposed to expect an entire consciousness can, just hang out on a 5 megabyte or a 25 megabyte hard drive with 25 megabytes of RAM. And they go through the whole spec list too. And I'm like, God damn, this is like bullshit.
It's like 5 megabytes at like 8 gigahertz or something like that, or 8 hertz.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I think it was a 10 hertz processing crystal they used.
Christ fucking mighty. That's
Yeah.
almost going backwards.
Because
then you remember the Commodore 64, the original Commodore 64, so
yeah.
64 kilobytes.
Yeah, that's 64 kilobytes of memory.
Mm.
So it can store 64 tiny chunks called bytes. It can store 64 of those bytes. It can store 64 kilobyte, right? So it can store 64,000 of those little tiny bytes. A megabyte would be 100 bytes. And then, you have a byte.
And then they had to do it over 6 fucking chips, and 2 of them were just basically holding memory.
Yeah.
While the other 4 did the processing.
Yeah. The C64 did a lot of fucking memory shuffling. Because all it had was memory. You didn't see hard drives in consumer equipment until I want to say the late 90s. The mid to late 90s is when you started seeing hard drives, and those hard drives were like megabytes big.
Fucking interesting though. On the like back in the 60s and stuff, there was this one. I think it was a 10 megabyte or 10 byte memory thing, and it was like the size of fucking, oh shit, what's it relative to? It's almost the size of a small fucking car, and it was all hardwired too, so it was all like
you're talking about
fucking...
You're talking about, I think if what I think you're talking about is what you're talking about, I think you're talking about the 10 megabyte hard drive that they came up with as a proof of concept for the hard drive. And it was like one of the first hard drives available. And yeah, it was like the size of like a Yugo.
Yeah, and it was like the Apollo computers where it was like it didn't go to a circuit. It was all fucking wired to whatever, and fucking like all the routines were like, follow this wire and go to that. If check no, then don't move. Or if check yes, go to this wire and fucking follow this. And if you fucked up one wire, the whole thing was useless.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. It's crazy how much information is actually required to do some shit. So seeing, I forgot how we got onto the subject, but anyway, seeing like when you talk about shit like short circuit and how like, oh, he's good at this and that and the other, I'm like, bullshit, come off of it. What'd you do? Hack together a fucking couple of Commodore 64s and call it a day?
Well, it's not like the US Navy to not stick what fucking was it 1,000 fucking PS2s together just to make a supercomputer.
Yeah, it was 2,700 PlayStation 3s.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper than buying a supercomputer. Until Sony decided they didn't want the US military to have a supercomputer and forced an update to the fucking thing that got rid of the operating system on it.
Silly bastard, shouldn't have put it on the internet.
Well, they needed information. You need the information to get online somehow.
Yeah.
And what better way to do that than to put it on the consumer fucking information highway?
Yeah. We got onto the subject because that hideous fucking gargoyle, fucking Kathy.
Oh yeah, how she
had a
wanted
fucking
to
stupid fucking idea that I'm going to control a computer program and everyone's going to be not cracking it. Yeah, you dumb bitch.
Yeah. Just like this other like and don't get me wrong, like Republicans are just as retarded. They're trying to pass this fucking they call it the Screen Act, which forces Americans to fucking give up their it's similar to the Online Safety Act
Mm.
that the UK has, and similar to I think to what you guys have in Australia.
Yeah,
But the
the
whole
e-safety with the e-Karen, stupid fucking dumb
yeah.
bitch inbred cunt from fucking Tasmania who's got no fucking
Mm.
idea what the fuck goes on the internet. And turns out she's just pissed at YouTube because she wanted to be a big YouTube kids star and then fucking never made any money out of it.
There's no conflict of interest there at all.
Oh god, no.
But yeah, you had you got these fucking politicians who are retarded as hell, don't know how the internet works, making laws about the internet.
Mm.
Like, yeah, you've used it, but do you know what like how complex the internet is? Do you know how fucking difficult it is to pass a law to mandate people to show their identification when they go on to a site that maybe isn't child friendly? I'm not even talking about porn. I'm just talking about just regular dumb shit, you know?
It should just be left to the fucking parents. If your kid gets onto the naughty titty site, well that's the fucking parents' fault, not ours.
It is. Yeah. It Please think of the children.
Because they've already done this a few times too. I remember there was this one that they tried to
Sopa.
release out here called Net Nanny,
Yep.
and it was supposed to be this program you could download that fucking prevents kids from getting on the porn sites and stuff like that. And no shit, right? During the news story, when they were like, "Oh, this is the first time kids have fucking ever used this," blah blah blah, and it was in a school, right?
hmm
As they're fucking talking, the kid behind them fucking hacked it and fucking got on the Pornhub.
Yeah. There's people are always gonna find it, and because it's the internet, people are always going to find a way around shit. People
Like,
are
just get a
going to,
VPN and go to a country that doesn't have any of this fucking bullshit.
or not even that. Not even that. You can use a Tor network.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh, but what's a Tor network? It's called an onion router or the
yeah,
onion router. And
because there's many
that,
layers to it.
yes, there's many layers of encryption to it. Um, and I'm not going to sit here and extol the virtues of Tor because there's a bunch of shit on Tor you don't want to see. And there's a bunch of shit on Tor that you can't really access without knowing what the fuck you're doing. So it's a very steep learning curve for anybody involved. And the community around Tor is very tight-lipped. They got it fucking right. They are gatekeeping the fuck out of that, and I applaud them for doing it.
Yeah, the only
Because
reason why I got into that was I wanted to go and check out the pink meth. That fucking, I did it just after they'd fucking shit canned it and hadn't brought up a new fucking link to it. You
mhm,
motherfuckers. That's a revenge porn site, by the way, not fucking a drug site. That's the Silk
mhm.
Road, which
Yeah,
also
you
does.
know what's funny about the Silk Road is I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but at the Silk Road, the dude was like allowing the sale of like firearms and drugs and shit. But
Mm.
the second he started going out of his way to sell groceries on there for like a cheaper than fucking grocery store price, um, amid all the fucking inflation going on, and he was bankrolling because he was undercutting the grocery stores. The second he started doing that is the instant they fucking kicked his door in and threw the shackles on him.
Walmart conspiracy. It's not Black Rock or anything like that. It's fucking actually Walmart.
I wouldn't put it past Walmart. I also wouldn't put it past the consortium of people who run the fucking grocery stores too, because there's a whole fucking consortium of them. and they're in bed with like fucking Pepsi and shit to like price fix things. Like Pepsi will go to them and go, "Hey, I'll give you $100,000 to fill, you know, 3/4 of your fucking store with Pepsi products."
We'll give you 6 Pepsi fridges, and you got to stock them with all our stock, and we'll give you a cheaper rate on it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a revolution coming, or at least I hope there's a revolution coming. Well, let me rephrase. I hope there's a revolution coming, because people are way too fucking complacent, and they're allowing way too much shit to go fucking unanswered.
Mm.
And I'm getting really tired of it. So yeah, I've been doing some research, Vardy. Coming full circle back to our thing. So let's see. I'm not gonna go under any guides or anything. What do you think? Rifles or pistols? What do you think, Farty? What do you think for good old Frank here?
Do pistols and keep them at a low caliber, so if it does blow up, it's not going to really hurt you all that much. If you go full power fucking load bore rifle, you're probably going to kill yourself.
All right, I'm gonna send you a link. I'm not gonna put it on the thing because fucking YouTube is gonna be fucking shitty about it. But yeah, I'm looking at some really cool, really fun looking shit, like this Ruger R2. Oh, I like that Hornet too. Nice.
The Triton 9's a fucking dodgy Chris Vector.
Is it really?
Well, kind of looks like it.
Look down at the
Triple SR V3. It's a Scorpion.
Which one?
Scorpion fucking
Triple
machine pistol.
SR, you said?
Triple SR.
Oh, the Czar. Oh, that's on the next page, isn't it?
The V3.
Hang on. Let me.
To the top of the page where I was just at.
Is it?
Holy shit.
Oh.
Good. Okay, so you're right. Okay. Down the bottom of the first page, SG22 AR-15 /
Yeah,
22.
I was looking at
22 long rifle insert. You're not firing a fucking full 5.56 out of that fucking thing.
No, it's just 22, right?
Yeah, 22 long rifle. It's a tiny little.
Well, it's still let's see, long rifle. That means it's designed for it's designed for more range than stopping power, right?
It's a varmint round. So you got the 22 short or 22 pistol, which is like really tiny, and they used to call them like a parlor house type round, where like back in the day in some places in England you can still see these, but they used to have indoor shooting ranges, and instead of using like air rifles or something like that, they used to use 22 pistol rounds. It's just the 22 long rifle round is the same, exactly the same thing as a 22 pistol, but the casing is just slightly longer, like about fucking half a centimeter, or what, about a third of an inch longer or something like that. It's still a tiny little round, but just that little bit of extra powder fucking cranks it right out to like you can hit out to about 2Ks.
Nice.
But yeah, of course, like windage and all that kind of shit does play a lot.
There's some really fun names on the next page over.
The Kimmel AP9.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I really like that Paragon shape on it. The shape of the Paragon. It might be impractical, it might not be, but I like the shape of it.
Well, that's a weird looking thing. It's originally came out as a KG9, but you Yanks know it more as a Tech 9.
Yeah.
But instead of having the magazine coming straight down, it's like canted back on an angle for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why. I like the shape though. Maybe it's just the sci-fi nut in me, but I like the shape. And I like the shape of the Gala that's underneath it. Again, it's just all about the shape, right?
The Glockanovsky.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, but I
Oh,
was
is the hidden Gala.
yeah, on the
Oh,
end of
right.
that
Yeah,
line
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that looks a bit sci-fi-ish. The
Yeah,
Big Mac 10, that's actually a direct copy of a design, like the Ingram
yeah,
Mac 10 and the Ingram Mac 11.
yeah.
And it's funny because the the KG9 or AP9, a Kimmel AP9, it was renowned for being a buggy piece of shit that just did nothing but jam. Whereas
Right.
the Mac 10 and Mac 11 are always renowned for having runaway discharges.
So Sig the Sig P230 before the P230.
Well, yeah,
Or
kind
was it
of,
the
but it was more
320? I don't
320,
remember.
the
320. That's
320. But
yeah.
it was more the factor of like most Mac 10s and Mac 11s were like sort of dodgy shithouse made, and it had this design fault in the trigger mechanism. So, but the best part about it was it had this fucking insane rate of fire, like 1,300 rounds a minute. So your fucking 30-round magazine's like, and that's it. So at least it won't go for very long.
Yeah. I like the next one over from the Big Mac 10. I just
Yeah.
like the name on it.
Okay, Zuma.
um, I don't know if I'm looking at practicality. I like the Glocknovsky. That's obviously a knockoff Glock. Um, I like the shape of it. The Big Mac 10 does not look very ergonomically friendly. It looks like it would be a bitch to aim.
It is. It's like sort of the original
Mm.
sort of PDW. It wasn't so much a submachine gun nor a submachine pistol.
Mhm.
Um, it more was a case of a concealed thing, which we'd now call a get off me gun,
Yeah.
which is just basically something that you just go just to fucking keep everyone's heads down and
Yeah,
fucking like
for
then you fuck off.
yeah, more like suppressing fire so you can get the hell out.
Yeah,
I'm looking on
and
the
that
next page over. Uh,
and Ingram originally actually designed it for special forces use and the intelligence officer use in fields, like say for instance in Vietnam and all that kind of stuff. And famously, when Reagan got shot, one of his bodyguards fucking slings one out from under his jacket,
yeah.
and that was the whole like the whole point of the design. They even it was also one of the original suitcase guns where it was like mounted in a briefcase and you could fire
Mhm.
it from a trigger on the handle.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um,
They did
I'm
the
loo
same thing with the MP5 later on, the MP5K.
I'm on the next page over and I'm looking at uh 3 of them. Which ones do you think I'm looking at?
Well, first off, I'm wondering if that VP22 well rod is actually silenced,
I doubt it.
because the normal well rod's a 45 caliber pistol, which basically the magazine is the pistol grip, and it's a gun that was sort of one of the types of guns called a hush puppy,
Mhm.
and it's like a silenced fucking. With this one, it's a single shot, like single shot. You got to actually twist the
It
back,
doesn't
fucking pull the fucking bolt back, and then push it forward and then twist it again.
yeah, I don't
But
know
you
if
use it.
that's silencer on it. It looks like the because it's it
Well,
look
that seam just in front of the trigger guard on the actual well
right.
rod. That's where the silencer would start.
Right. This looks to have a pretty huge bore in it though.
Well, that's
Um,
where I reckon. Well, it says VP22, so it probably does shoot a 22 long rifle cartridge. And the silencer that my dad used to have on a sport
it's
code was actually
also
smaller than that.
it's also bolt action too, and it's bolt action
Yeah,
from the rear, it looks like.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's I just yeah
Mhm.
mentioned that. You twist the back end of it, pull it back, and then that ejects around. You push it forward again and twist it, and that
Put a new
loads up
round
another
in.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you fired subsonics out of it, you wouldn't hear it go off. And that was kind of the point of it, because 45 caliber, the 45 ACP round only has a velocity of about 823 feet per second. So
So
technically, it's pretty much subsonic already.
it's pretty much just a stay the fuck back weapon.
No, this one's the creep up. Oh, look, guard dog.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, guard.
It's
Somebody
not
else.
something. It's not something you want to use to intimidate someone with. It's just
Uh,
some. It's just something to get the job done.
it's more something that you can take some cunt out in a crowded room and no bastard will hear you.
Yeah. Okay, Farty. So, which three on the next page on that page do you think my eyes are drawn to?
Well, if you had any brains, it'd be the MP22K SD carbine because that looks fucking cool, like an MP5.
That one is in the top 5, yeah.
The Montgo 9mm, which looks like as an MP10. Was
Again,
it the USB? USP. Yeah, you know, fuck. Hang on.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, and yes, that one is again in the top 5.
Mm, well, I suppose the DB alloy.
No, I wasn't even
Mm,
looking at that one. It just looks kind of plain.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with plain tools. I like a good bit of plain kit sometimes.
just looks
Um,
like 80s generic action movie gun.
yeah, pretty much. But the three that really caught my attention on this page is
Mm,
probably more for the colors than anything. Was the Foss on the top,
mm.
the FSP in the middle, and the Maverick on the bottom.
That looks like a Nerf gun.
It does. It really does. But it looks like it's
So
a bolt action,
a bolt action revolver.
and that's kind of why it called to me because I'm like, that's bolt action, but it's got a revolving barrel. Huh.
Or revolving drum and no
Well,
barrel.
yeah, revolving drum.
There's hardly any barrel in the end of that.
The
It's
drum
like,
would be the barrel in that instance.
yeah, if you, yeah, well, if it fires 22s, yeah, that'd have to be the case because it's the drum's not as big as it, well, it was not as long as a 22. It's about probably about twice as long.
Yeah, it says it
Um,
fires 22 short.
oh well, then that'd be like about 4 times as long then.
Okay.
The that cylinder, but those funny little sort of squiggly lines on that cylinder, that's actually your trail for fucking rotation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's this gun and that's like it's famous in computer games. It's this like rotary fucking drum shotgun fucking
Hmm.
thing that's called a street sweeper.
Hmm.
And yeah, on that drum too, it's actuated by that with
Yeah.
those funny
Well, the
funny
only
chain
difference
lines.
between this and a regular revolver is that the chambering mechanism is on the outside of the barrel versus on the back of it.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's usually a little kick peg that fucking
Um
moves its sprocket.
yeah, I'm looking at the parts on it. Geez, it surprisingly few parts to print.
Oh yeah.
Um
Well, fuck, you don't have like a. You've only got a trigger sear for the bolt because that'd be an open bolt thing. So you'd pull that peg back and it'll lock in the rear position, and
yeah.
pulling the trigger just drops that. And then,
Mm.
um,
So you're probably looking at rods, not rods. You're probably looking at inserts for the barrel, for the drum.
and it'd be
Uh,
some form of pull. Like there'd be a peg that comes down into those slots, and either pulling the trigger or pulling the action back will fucking pull that peg back, rotating the drum. So there's like
yeah.
really two or three moving parts in it.
Did you click on it and look at the photos?
No, I'm just deducing this just from the image.
No, I know, but like click on it and look at the photos. You scroll down a little bit, and the second photo on the top is like really fucking cool. The guy made a whole fucking carrying case for it. Must really love that gun.
Mm.
Because
He
like I
goes
know,
to
huh?
he goes to Nerf battles and wins.
With extreme prejudice.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, the bolt action on it is what drew my attention. Um, I'm doing my best to keep an eye on chat too because I'm like, you never know when Destro is gonna drop in.
okay, yeah. Well, here we go. So you'll need the following hardware of the PG22. All materials can be found at the hardware store. Modifying using
Yeah.
Pilot Geek's documentation. So, like, yeah,
60
barrel,
bucks
cylinder,
on
firing pin,
average? Holy
striker,
shit.
springs, guide rods, and indexer. So there's like all the metal parts that you need, kind of thing,
What
for
kind
any
of
type of
springs?
firearm.
Would they just be like, would they be, compression or the other type of spring, the one where you pull? Or would it
Uh,
be a mix of, like, a bunch of different springs? Because I have
well,
a bag of springs.
well, if you're using a striker, it'd be a
Mhm.
compression spring. So when you pull the hammer back and lock it in the rear position, releasing the thing will just activate the spring that way. That's your
Yeah.
typical striker fire in its basicest form. So it'd be pretty much, unless it actually says what gauge type spring here, you'd have to sort of fuck around with it with some light gauge springs until you find the correct and the correct tension to activate the primer on the the bullet.
Yeah. I mean, it
And
might
then
be
consistent too, because you don't want light strikes,
it
especially
might
in a
be fun to print one of these firearms and then print, like, fake inserts and whatnot to, like, go into it just to learn about how they're assembled. Um, I think that'd be a really cool, application as well. Because, like I said, I'm
Ooh,
all about engineering shit. Like, I sat and watched. My eyes were glued to the fucking to my monitor the other day. I watched a 4.5-hour documentary on castle building.
yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting as shit. They went through like all of the little details of what it takes to build a fucking castle, and I sat there for the full 4.5 hours, and I didn't move, which was dumb because like I almost got into trouble with my blood sugar.
Mm.
Um,
Well, it's fucking interesting.
oh wow, no, it is. Yeah, the engineering part of it is interesting. The castles are kind of just dumb, but the engineering going into building the castle, that's the interesting part for me.
Yeah, well, that's also where you get into like the reasons for castles and how they
Right.
became, and because like, typically, the when we went
Oh,
from
party, look at
tribes,
the next page. Look at the next page, party.
yeah,
Bottom left.
when we went from tribes to
Whoa.
small villages, there'd be a lord, and fucking they'd
Mhm.
have the big house, and then they'd need servants and shit, so they'd end up fucking incorporating the village and shit, and that's how like your castle's got giant courtyards and fucking all these
Right.
people in them, and fucking yeah, just like any
And
old business,
that's
you're gonna need fucking people to work your shit.
right. And that's where the phrase incorporated came from. Because like if you weren't incorporated, you had no country.
Hmm.
Or you had no lord to serve.
Or you
And
weren't
then
protected by the Lord. But so,
exactly.
like fucking some other, like say, say War of the Roses or something like that, the Tudors come along and decided, well, fucking, we're going to take your village, and if you weren't fucking with the other cunts, well, then you're on your own.
Right. I also found out that the reason potholes are named as such is because people would go out to the road and they would dig the clay out of the middle of the fucking road and leave a big hole. And that would become someone's pot.
Mm,
So that's where the phrase potholes comes from. And I thought that was insanely interesting. Like,
mm,
huh, this is shit you don't really think about common day,
mm.
about current day. Um,
Alrighty, is it the MERP SIG MPX?
no, the 99 or the 9 millimeter carbine on the bottom. That
Oh, on the bottom.
on the bottom.
Oh, Tac Daddy.
Come to Papa.
Well, why is Tac Daddy purple?
I don't. I don't know. I don't remember.
Racist motherfuckers.
I don't know. Um, but I do like the Glock on the bottom there. I
Yeah,
like the shape. Again, it's all about the shape for me on it. I'm not saying I like the weapon. I don't know enough about it, but I like the shape of it.
I don't even like the way Glocks look. They're just bloody plain. Like the okay, so like their performance is depending on who you ask. Just like a lot of things, there's
It's
labbies and there's fucking people who like me are realistic about the fucking universe.
it's a plain weapon, and it's got a plain look. It's got a plain look. It does a simple job.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the look of it, because it's like it doesn't try to be anything more than it already is.
Well, they're never really like polymer weapons, anyways, because the
Right.
heavier the easier it is to control, like the
Yeah.
recoil and all that kind of shit. You know, makes just be better shooting when you reduce the recoil and all that kind of crap. Fucking yeah. But
The fuck?
these things have a tendency of wearing a lot faster than metal because of the polymer, and it gets to a point where if you just jerk the thing backwards and forwards really sharply, you can actually rack a new round.
Yeah.
Um, Now the cops in New South Wales, they use I think it's Glock 19s or Glock 21s. There's the 10 millimeter version,
Yeah.
um, or the 40 caliber.
Oh,
Um,
YouTube took this video down, you bastards.
what did you show the guns?
No. I'm looking through on the Harlot page
Uh,
because I was like kind of interested in the way it looks, because like that right there is like a whole different beast of engineering from what I can see. Like the pivot point for the trigger is like in a really weird location. The grip itself leaves like much to be desired, but also strangely compelling. The the way that it looks like yeah, it's a single shot weapon, and the way the looks like the way that it loads and the way that it's constructed is really fucking just weird to me.
mm. Yeah, well, the cops out here, they found in confined spaces and indoor gun ranges that the actual lubricants fucking sort of has toxic effects, which is
Yeah.
making them more stoned.
Mhm.
Um, There's probably reasons why they don't teach fucking the cops out here any marksmanship and just to shoot an open outward spiral.
Why I'm curious to know why firearms don't use graphite for lubrication.
Some do. In fact, the F-88 Ostai does, and that
No,
was actually
just
part of this
mean
problem
in general as a whole.
because it's a solid.
Yeah, I
And this,
suppose
like,
the
as like,
particulate could like jam up the
well, this,
anything.
well, this is the problem that we were having. That fucking it was lubricated by graphite, and the instructions were 2 squirts here, 1 squirt there, 2 squirts there. Now, fucking, you've got cunts of all different fucking shapes and sizes, to right from dainty little girlies who go to fucking giant knuckle dragging Neanderthals who go. Now, with the old SLR and the F1 submachine gun, the GPM GM60, the fucking F89 Minimi, fucking, and even the Mag 58, all had the same fucking U-Butte fucking thing of you could dump them in a vat of oil and then just start shooting for the next month or so and no fucking dramas. Whereas with the fucking Steyr, if you didn't put enough graphite in there, it'll fucking jam up and fucking have stoppages. And if you did put too much in there, it created more fouling because it's a solid and it doesn't move around very well. And then
Mm.
you got fucking fucked head spaces and failure to engage battery and all this kind of shit like that. So they did end up fucking make a more sort of precise guidelines of doing it, which sort of, yeah, as far as I'm aware, they only really fixed the style with the A4 just to make it, just to do another fucking rifle called the F90, which is basically a style knockoff.
Right.
Fucking so, like, it's still a fucking piece of shit all the way up to the A4. No one liked them. In fact, the fucking Kiwis, when they got them, they all put them in a fucking pile in the field and threatened to burn them.
Whoa.
Yeah, fucking. So yeah, that's mainly the reason why people don't typically use graphite powder and stuff like that. It's better off just with a fluid.
Yeah, I understand. I get it.
Mm.
Graphite's such a good fucking lubricant, though.
Oh, when used properly, yeah, absolutely, and it's
Mm.
fucking it sort of will last longer than fucking oil and grease in a lot of the
Cheap
applications.
too. You can go to the dollar store, crush up some fucking get some mechanical pencil refills and just crush those up, and you've got lubricant.
Yeah, it's just there's just some
Mm.
applications it just is really shit for too, like
Yeah,
firearms.
yeah. No, I get it. I understand. I can't fault them for it. Um
Because of course, as well, like if you do lubricate it and you've lubricated it up to the point where it's almost about to fucking cause a failure by not allowing the bolt to go all the way forward and not engage battery, every time you fire a round, fouling adds to it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, depending on how you clean your gun, you can set yourself up for a fail quicker than not.
That's what she said. Whew. Um,
All right, what's next?
I've moved over to the adjacent thing. But if you you're still on that website?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me get back on the website so I can join you. Or are you on the last page then?
Yep.
Let's see. There's only one that really calls to me on this page, and that's the Sabertooth. It looks like a pray and spray type weapon, but
It'd probably actually be pretty decent for some marksmanship, though.
yeah, no, it does. Yeah, it looks like it would be good for that. It's a Mac 9, right? And
With the forward hand grip.
yeah.
And yeah, it just looks like it'd be a lot more stable than normal.
Oh, the forward hand grip is a secondary mag holster. And it's not it's not from where it's not from firing.
Hang on, he's kind of anti-bullpupped it too, by the looks of it.
What exactly
Meaning,
does bullpupping mean? Is that just like you
okay,
shortened it?
no, okay. So a bull, when a weapon's been bullpupped, basically, so you see on this the fucking what's it called, the saber tooth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That big black picture there, or the big picture with the black one, right?
On the very right before the video?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see where the pistol grip is and the trigger.
Mm-hmm. And where the Picatinny is?
No. Just where that is in relation to the rest of the gun.
Oh, so further back. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so the bolt is forward of that position. Now, when you bullpup a weapon, the bolt is all the way back in the rear of the gun, and the trigger mechanism via a bunch of linkages is in its normal position, but well forward of the actual working parts. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
I think so.
Hang on, I'll
You're
just bring up
talking
a
the
picture.
firing pin
Hang on, I'll
or
just
the
bring up a picture of
striker.
a star and I'll show you.
Okay. I'm looking for a completely oh no. I found a full auto rubber band SMG for Nerf.
Okay,
This might not even be able to show, but whatever. Let's go ahead and put it up here. YouTube can fucking suck an egg for all I care. Yeah.
okay. So, can you see me cursor?
Uh-huh.
Rightio. So, in this rifle here, the barrel starts there and it goes all the way back to here.
Yeah.
And then there's bolt and working parts and all this kind of shit. Now, on
Right
a
in the
normal,
stock.
yeah. So, in a normal rifle,
Mhm.
you got your trigger mechanism, which is designed so that when the bolt comes back, it's actuating on the trigger there. Okay, so your bolt's usually in this position here with the magazine in that position, sort of kind of right there. So that's a normal rifle. And then what you do when you bullpup a rifle, you pull all of this action into the back there, including the
Mhm.
magazine, and that's where all your working parts are, and the bullet ejects out this little tiny sort of square thing. And what this does
Okay.
is it shortens the rifle overall, but you still retain the full length barrel.
Mm.
You see there?
Mhm.
And what we did with this one is we replaced the SLR and the F1 submachine gun. So we had the benefit of a sort of a submachine gun size weapon with a still full rifle cartridge.
So it would be more like firing a rifle with burst rounds.
No. Just like having a submachine gun with more powerful ammunition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the forward grip helps stabilize it.
Yeah, and that actually
Yeah.
can fold forward. Um, just
And be an
pulls
undergrip?
down.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah. Just pulls down and yeah, folds forward.
I like it when something is utilitarian, but it's utilitarian in such a
Oh,
way
hang
that
on.
you can use it in more than one way.
Oh no, he's got it down.
Mm.
Used to be the style back in the day to have it forward, like an old
Where we
school
just fold it
rifle.
up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because of fucking uh action movies and shit.
No, I was more used to holding an SLR, which didn't have a full grip.
Okay. But yeah, I like that saber tooth. Like if I were going to print something, it would probably be the saber tooth, or it would probably be that one on page 1 that I saw. Oh, the czar. Okay, I see what you're talking about. The czar on the top there. Yeah. I'd probably, let's see, from page 1, if I had to pick anything from page 1, the Triton 9, the Ruger R2, the Hornet, the SG-22, maybe the 43X. They call it, I guess it's a P80, but so that there's a lot on the first page that I would, if I had to choose, I would choose from those, which essentially only means like I'd give up, what is it, one or two on the first page. Second one on the second page. I wouldn't pass up the AP9. The Paragon 9 would be very much in my wheelhouse just because of the shape. I don't think it's something I'd ever fire, but it would something that I would have. I don't think I would fire because I don't like the idea of not having a trigger guard. Some people can handle that kind of responsibility. I'm just not one of those people. I like
Oh, it's a torch.
what's that?
I was wondering what that other cylinder coming out the fucking bottom of the sort of what fucking foregrip thing in that thing was. And it's like, oh, it's just a torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the Mega Pistol. The Glocknovsky is definitely calling to me. The SR-45 on the bottom, the FNX 940, and the Gala. All of those. So I begrudgingly might take the Beretta 21A, but again, I don't like the openness of the trigger guard. That's like for a Ninja Turtle's hands. I
No,
don't want
those
to
things
deal with
are
it.
fucking tiny.
No, I know, but the trigger guard itself is for a Ninja Turtle finger.
No. Those things are fucking tiny. You'll
Are they
actually have
really?
yeah, you'll have problems putting your finger in it.
Oh, okay.
Those are really, really, really fucking tiny.
Well,
Like
then there you go. I wouldn't.
you call they're what's called your palm pistol because you can no shit palm it in your hand.
If I was gonna get a palm pistol, I would get the pocket pleaser on the first page. It just looks more practical.
And I think with that one there too, it's got a tip up fucking barrel that you got to load single shot
The
with that
pocket
Beretta.
pleaser?
No, the Beretta.
Oh, the Beretta, yeah. The Beretta's definitely a single shot. I like the pocket pleaser actually. I'm looking at the photos on it and looking at the close-ups, it kind of reminds me of Tracer's gun a little bit.
It's yeah, like ultra micro fucking. You'd use that as a secondary carry on like a leg holster or something like that.
Yeah.
You carry what fucking 5 rounds of 380 or something,
Yeah.
like the real one anyway.
Yeah.
See, like yeah, the the concept is like fucking. There's hundreds of thousands of these different types of. Is this type of pistol, not this exact same pistol.
Yeah.
And like they all sort of kind of they're like variations of the same design, so they kind of look all the same. Um, and it's like basically like fucking gunsmith 101. Pretty much every gun shop, like gunsmith and all this kind of stuff, will fucking start off with some tiny little piece of shit pocket pistol they can make 1,000 of and sell off really quickly. Um, they might work about 5 or 6 times before they blow up on you or break or something like that, but they only cost a fucking few bucks anyway, so who cares?
Yeah.
Uh, you're not fucking relying on this thing anyways, and they're ultra close range as well, so there's no marksmanship with them. There's like literally, if
Right.
you're in the shit, you pull it out of your leg holster and you just fucking straight into the cunt's guts with it.
Right, yeah, that's your backup and the stay a fuck away gun.
Hmm.
On page 3, I don't think there's anything I'd say no to. There's a lot of really solid choices, but if I'm gonna pick for my top 3, again, it's the FSP, the FOSS, and the PG22. Page 4.
If that well rod's fucking silenced, I'd take that.
It could be. I don't think it is though.
See, that's also funny about that Luigi Mangini whiny guy. That's like
Mm.
because he was having so many problems with his pistol, and he kept fucking having to slap it in the battery and shit. Everyone was saying, "Oh, he had a well rod." No, he fucking didn't, dickhead.
No. He had a welded rod.
Well, that's kind of sort of his problem because, like, with
Yeah.
some pistols, like that, it's like all about the inertia that allows the gun to function and all this kind of stuff. And I can't remember what the actual device is called, but they make silencers for guns like that. That when the gun fires, it kind of internally detaches inside the silencer and it allows the barrel to tip up and the action to move and all this kind of stuff. And he didn't
Right.
have one of those. So every time he fired, the actual weight of the silencer was affecting the actual recycling of the gun, was locking it up on him.
Mm. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun.
He was a sleep bastard. You should have fucking thought of that.
um, page 4. I think the only thing I'd say no to on this page would probably be the harlot, even though I find it insanely interesting. It's the only thing I'd say no to.
No, actually, that's probably the one I'd say yes to. Well, would you want to go to jail and say, "Yeah, I got shot by a big, really big fat cunt with a tiny little pink ass gay gun"?
Mm, would you want to be the one in jail going, "Yeah, I killed a man using a tiny little gay ass pink gun"? You
It's
got to
like,
look at
yeah,
it.
the nurse is in the hospital. Yeah, he had this tiny little fucking faggot piece of shit pink gun, and he went pew pew as he shot me in the ass.
I was gonna make a joke, but YouTube will fucking yeet us off the air if I make that joke, so I'm just not gonna do it. It's a joke that Farty and I can uniquely make, but YouTube will have a problem with. Farty, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Uh,
Um, I'll put it in the private chat here. Let's see.
I actually saw that in the meme. You get a fucking desert
There you
eagle
go,
and a
Farty.
little
I
like,
I I
wasn't
left it. I left it in the chat. Oh Christ.
it? You get a desert eagle with Hello Kitty decals on it, and like, pink and white thing, and it's like, yeah, who's going to ever admit to being shot by this thing?
Right? It's just a little prick. um, I think the harlot would be the only thing that I'd say no to, but that would be in favor of the other. Again, that would be in comparison to everything on this page. If someone handed one to me and said, "Here you go, happy birthday," I'd be like, "Cool, neat, thanks," and I'd put it on my shelf or something. Um, I really, okay, so this is gonna be dumb, but I really like the Mac Daddy 2.0. I don't like the colors, but that just comes down to the filament color they use to print it with. I've never been a fan like of purple and black. At least not without some sort of buffer color. You know what I mean, Farty?
What are you, racist?
Yes.
Color purple.
I don't mind the color purple. I'm not a fan of the color purple, okay? It's just not one of my favorites. The exception to that would be the Glock underneath, because you know how there's the purple, the purple under half, we'll call it, and the slide on top is like a blue gray.
Looks like the actual bolt itself or the breech block. It's also
Yeah. But again, it's all gonna come down to the color of the plastic you use to print these things. And I like the shape of it. I like the details on it for the most part, because there's just as much artistry in it as there is engineering, I think. But yeah, not really a whole lot I'd say no to. But again, I would say no to the harlot in favor of other things. On page 5, not really a whole lot on page 5 calls to me. They're all kind of just basic, and the only one that stands out to me is the Sabretooth. But I wouldn't say no to any of them, if that makes sense.
Well, that FGC 9 sort of looks all right. It's a bit of a get off me gun.
Yeah.
Jump of the thing. Fucking.
What do they use on it? Let's see. Created by German designer. The first edition of the gun had a self-imposed constraint. It did not require any regulation by EU laws. Wow. FGC 9 is a 3D printed pistol made of fabricated 3D printed parts, metal pressure bearing parts. Okay, not bad. Spring screws, nuts, and bolts. In summary, you need about 5 to 6 hours of free time and about $400 to build the gun all by yourself. The construction and assembly of the gun are fairly straightforward, and there are a lot of manuals, guides, and thorough documentation upon its release. On the plus side, the instructions have been translated into multiple languages since the gun was published. The parts required for the firearm can be easily purchased online, and since October 2020, there have been no specific legal issues. Since April 2021, there has been a new update for downloading, which is the Mark II revision. FGC 9 Mark II download will simplify your building process and include home production materials. Holy shit. So not only it sounds like they went above and beyond to like design it, but it also sounds like they went above and beyond to like improve on it.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see the parts?
Yeah.
That's a fucking beautiful picture right there. Someone did it. Oh my god. How did I just now see this?
Yeah, well, it looked like it would be an actual functional weapon.
Yeah.
I've got that unique sort of thing in my circumstance that, like, yeah, I could make a million of these bloody things, but I can't get the ammunition for it. So if I could get the ammunition for it, I'd be able to get the real thing, and I'd prefer the real thing over something like this.
Right.
But fucking, if I was to do something, it would be something like this, because that looked like it fucking might actually fucking last more than a couple of magazines.
Yeah. I really did you see the one next to the parts picture?
Yeah, the Nerf one.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'd do with it too.
I would too. I can't even lie.
See, because you'd use that, like in a situation, you'd use that to get a cop's gun. Like you'd walk up to a police car with two coppers sitting in there, it's like, oh no, see, it's only Nerf. Right now, got your guns, and they'd be much more competent. Like,
oh my god,
they'd last a lot longer. And plus, you'd also get like 90 rounds of fucking copper off them. 180 rounds and fucking put them out.
Yeah. Oh man, this is great. I think we're gonna stop here for the night. I think on
See,
Friday
it's
we'll
funny
do.
how you can't talk about certain things, but I bet you $10 YouTube's not going to have any fucking troubles with me just having like detailing how you'd ambush a cop with this.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's great. We'll. I think you know what? I think we'll do. I think we'll do another stream Friday night.